In a small, dimly lit library at Yale University, there lies a book unlike any other. Its pages are filled with strange drawings, plants that don't exist, naked women bathing in green pools, and constellations that don't match our skies. Its words twist across the parchment in an alphabet no one has ever seen. No translation has ever worked. No one knows who wrote it, when, or why. This is the Voynich Manuscript, the book no one can read. And for over 600 years, it has defied every attempt to unlock its secrets. It's been called a code, a hoax, a lost language, even a message from another world. But the deeper you look, the more it seems to look back, whispering questions about knowledge, secrecy, and the limits of the human mind. It begins in the early 15th century, Europe's age of alchemists, scholars, and secret societies. A time when knowledge was power, and power was often hidden behind ink and symbol. Scribes filled their notebooks with diagrams of stars, anatomy, and forbidden experiments. Books were chained to walls. Libraries were guarded by priests. And somewhere in that shadowed world, an unknown author began to write something extraordinary, hundreds of pages covered in an elegant flowing script, written from left to right, perfectly consistent, as if by someone trained in monastic precision. Yet the letters match no known language on Earth. Carbon dating of the parchment tells us it was made between 1404 and 1438, right as Europe stood between medieval faith and modern science. But that's where the certainties end. When the book surfaced centuries later, it carried no title, no author's name, only mystery. In 1912, a rare book dealer named Wilfrid Voynich purchased it from an old Jesuit library near Rome. He was fascinated and terrified. Voynich claimed that inside he saw drawings of stars, strange plants, and women performing rituals. He believed he had found the lost work of a medieval genius, possibly Roger Bacon, the English philosopher accused of sorcery. If that were true, the manuscript could reveal secrets of alchemy, astronomy, or even immortality. But when he showed it to scholars, linguists, and cryptographers, none of them could read a single word. Every symbol was unique. Every sentence obeyed rules, yet made no sense. It looked like a language, but of what kind? World War I, World War II, the Cold War. Through every era, the Voynich Manuscript attracted the world's greatest codebreakers. During the 1940s, American cryptologists, the same ones who cracked Nazi codes, tried to decipher it. They analyzed frequencies, repeated patterns, linguistic structures, and still, nothing. One expert finally wrote, "There's something here, but I don't know what." That was the problem. The text had structure, grammar, rhythm. It wasn't random scribbling. It was too perfect to be nonsense, and too meaningless to be real. Some thought it must be an elaborate hoax. But who, in the 1400s, could fake a 200-page coded book, complete with scientifically precise illustrations of plants, celestial charts, and human anatomy? And why would they? Then came another clue, one buried in the drawings. Many of the plants in the manuscript don't exist in nature, but some of them resemble species found in the New World, which Europeans hadn't reached until after 1492. That means the author may have known of places or things far beyond his time. In other pages, the stars form patterns seen only in telescopic drawings centuries later. Naked women bathe in what look like tubes and chambers, intricate systems connected by streams of green liquid. Some see a medical diagram, others see alchemical experiments, or even something extraterrestrial. And the more experts studied it, the stranger it became. Computational linguists found that the Voynich language follows deep mathematical structures similar to real human languages. It behaves like a real tongue, one that's been lost or deliberately hidden, but no one can trace it to any known culture. Was it an invented language, a cipher, or was it written in a lost dialect from a vanished people? Some even suggest it wasn't written by a human mind at all. Over the decades, theories grew darker. Some believe the manuscript is an alchemical grimoire, a secret text for transforming the body or soul. Others say it's a medical manual for midwives, explaining birth and health through symbolic drawings. A few even call it a book of prophecy, encoding visions of a world yet to come. And then there are those who think it's something else entirely, a work from another world, another intelligence, encoded in symbols humans can't yet perceive. In the 1960s, psychologist William Friedman, who led the US team that broke Japan's wartime cipher, spent years studying it. In the end, even he gave up, writing, "The text makes sense, but in a way we cannot understand." In 2018, modern AI and computer algorithms took their turn. Programs trained on hundreds of languages analyzed every word. Some models suggested it might be Hebrew, others thought Latin or shorthand, but every time experts tried to translate, the meaning fell apart. The code seemed to shift, defying every method used to decode it. Some believe that's the secret. The manuscript isn't a code to be broken. It's a pattern, an experiment in how humans interpret meaning, a mirror showing us our own obsession with knowledge and mystery. And perhaps that's what makes it so haunting. For centuries, humanity has tried to unlock every secret of nature, of life, of the universe itself. But this one refuses. It sits there, silent and patient, like a puzzle that laughs at those who try to solve it. When Wilfred Voynich died, the book passed from hand to hand. Collectors, universities, scientists. Each generation brought new tools, new theories, new hopes. None have succeeded. Even now it rests in Yale's Beneca Rare Book Library, under glass, climate-controlled, untouchable. Scholars still visit, still stare, still wonder what the author meant to say. Maybe it was a hoax, maybe it was genius, maybe it was both. But the truth is, no one knows who wrote the Voynich Manuscript, what it says, or why it exists. All we have are the pages, drawings of the impossible, words without meaning, beauty without explanation. And that might be the real secret, that not every mystery is meant to be solved. Because perhaps buried between those pages is a truth too vast for any language to hold, a truth that asks not for understanding, but for awe. So the next time you see an ancient book or hear of a lost text, remember this one, the book that has outsmarted every mind for 600 years, the book that no machine, no genius, no codebreaker has ever conquered, the book that waits in silence, still unread. The Voynich Manuscript, a reminder that even in an age of infinite knowledge, there are still doors the human mind cannot open, and maybe that's exactly how it was meant to be.